Good morning, students. This is Mallishwari, Computer Science faculty from the BCA department. Okay. In a previous video, we discussed about the digital schemes. In that RSA digital scheme, we discussed. Okay. In this session, we are going to discuss about the Elgamal, Snore, and digital DSS digital signature scheme. Okay. Okay. Okay, students, first we'll see the introduction. Okay, first, what is a digital signature? Digital signature is a mathematical scheme for demonstrating the authenticity of a digital message or a document. Means it's a proof. Okay, it's a proof from the sender. Okay, it's a proof from the sender to the receiver that it is coming from the correct entity only. So that is the digital signature. It is authenticating. Okay, it is authenticating the document. So that is a digital signature. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the Elgamal. Before that one, so what in the contains, it contains the hashing algorithm, and then the signature generation algorithm and verifying algorithm. Okay, so by using the hashing algorithm, we are going to generate the digest. After that, we have to generate the signature. So that can be done by using the signature generation algorithm. And then at the receiver side, by using the verification algorithm. Okay, by using the verification algorithm, we are going to verify the signature. Okay, we are going to verify the signature. So here we are using total 3 algorithms, that is hashing algorithm, signature algorithm, and verifying algorithm. Okay, next, so digital signature schemes. Okay, so there are like different digital signature schemes are available. So those are RSA digital signature scheme, next Ilgamal digital signature scheme, and Snore digital signature scheme, and the third one is a digital signature standard scheme, DSS digital signature scheme. So scheme, so these are the different digital signature schemes available. Okay, in previous video we already discussed about the RSA digital signature scheme. Okay, in this session we are going to discuss about the Elgamal, Snore, and DSS. Okay, first we will discuss Elgamal digital signature scheme. Okay, so why we are calling this signature as Elgamal means here we are using that Elgamal asymmetric key cryptography technique. Okay, so that technique we are using here. So that's why we are calling here Elgamal digital signature scheme. Okay, that cryptography, that type of asymmetric cryptography we are using. Okay, we are using. So in that, what is the difference between previous one here means the key combination is different. In RSA, what we use as a public key, we use E comma N as a public key and D as a private key. In this scenario, we have different combination of public key and private key. Okay, the public key, private key is different here. So in this schema, so which one we are considering as a public key, which one we are considering as a private key means in this E1 comma E2 comma P is a Alice. Alice means a senders. Okay, here this is a sender means Alice. Here Bob. Imagine that one. Alice sending the message. Bob is receiving the message. So here what is the Alice public key? Combination of E1 comma E2 comma P. This is a public key of the Alice. And then what is the private key? What is the private key of Alice? So this is the private key of Alice. Okay. Now we'll see just brief description like about how this case we have to generate. Okay, so how we did this one in a Elgamal asymmetric cryptography. Okay, students, this is Elgamal cryptography, that is asymmetric key cryptography. Here in this it contains the 3 different parts, that is the key generation, encryption, and decryption. Okay, so here we'll see how we have to generate the E1, E2 values. We already know how to generate the E and D values. So that first what we have to do, we have to select the large prime number P comma Q, and then n equals to P comma P into N. Like that we have to calculate the E comma D value. Now we'll see how to create the another E2. Okay, how that we'll see. So first what we have to do, select the large prime number P, and then select a decryption key, private key, so that D. So by using the equation like E into D equals to 1 mod P. So by using this one, we have to select the D value, then E value are the same. Okay, we have to select the E value like it should be greater than 1 and less than pi of n. So like that one, like that we have to select the E comma D value. Okay, now we have to see the third part of the encryption key. So that is E2. E2, how we have to calculate? So by using this formula, we are going to calculate. So that is E2 equals to E1 power D mod P. So by using this formula, we are going to calculate the E2 value. Now, what is the public key combination? The public key is E1 comma E2 comma P. P means plain text. Okay, and then private key D. So that already we have chosen. So like this, we have to generate the keys and the Elgamal cryptography. Okay. Next, what is the encryption process? In the encryption process, we have to select the random integer, that is like secret random secret. Okay. Next, after that, how to calculate the ciphertext means C1 comma C2. So here's what is the C1 means? Here E1 power R mod P. By using this formula, we are going to calculate the C1 value. Okay. Next, by using this formula, okay, by using this formula, we are going to calculate. So PT into E2 power R mod P. PT plain text. Okay. Like that, we have to calculate the C2 and then we are calculating the ciphertext. At the description side, we have to use this formula. We are going to calculate the PT value. So like this, we have to calculate the E1, E2, P, C1, C2 like this values. Now we'll see the schema. Okay. Elgamal digital signature scheme we'll discuss. Okay. So this one. So here what we are, S1, S2, those are two signature. Okay, those are two digital signature, and M is our message, and then the public key of Alice is E1 comma E2 comma P. Next, and then what is the private key? That is a D. We already chosen the value. So by how to choose that means by using this formula like E into D equals to 1 mod P. So by using this one, we are going to select the D value. Okay. Now, what we have to do? We have to calculate the S1 value, S2 value. Okay. So here we are using three different functions. That is E1, E2, E3. These are the three different functions. In this, the signing algorithm, we are using F1, F2, and the verifying algorithm, we are using the two different functions. Okay. So here, how to generate the S1 value? So what we are doing? We are giving E1 R P as the input to this function and then mod P. Okay. By performing this operation, we will get the S1, and then we are giving these combinations. Okay, these combination values, so we are giving as the input for the F2. So those are message, private key of the Alice, and then the random secret, plain text, and then this S1 value we are giving as an input to this F2 function, and then we are applying mod P minus 1. Okay, then we will get S2 value. Okay, now we got S1 comma S2 values. Okay, next at the receiver side. Okay, at the receiver side, what we are doing? We are using the verification algorithm, and then two different functions. So the whatever we use here, the same function we are using. So for this one, but with the different inputs. Okay, the function is same but with the different input combinations. Okay, so here for this function S1 comma S2, so these are the signature, and then E2 comma plain text for this one. Then we will get one value, and then for this function we are giving this combination, we will get one value. Then here we are applying the congruence. If both are same, if both are congruent to each other, the receiver accepts the message, other is going to reject the message. So this is happening in the Elgamal digital scheme. Okay, so here that function we told F1, F2. So what is the thing we are going to do means here we are applying this formula. So that is E1 power R mod P, and then by using this private key for both entire thing, private key only. For generating the signature, digital signature, we have to use the Alice private key only. Okay, And then here by using this formula we are going to select the S2. We are going to create the S2 value. So that is m minus d S1 into r power minus 1 mod p minus 1. So by using this formula we are going to generate the S2 value. Okay, now we got S1, S2 and message. Okay, we are sending to the receiver. At the receiver side what he is doing, he is using this formula E2 S1 okay, by using this formulas we are going to calculate the values v1 comma v2. Now we are going to compare it. Okay, so if both are congruent to each other, accept, otherwise it's going to reject. So this is verifying and signing in the Elgamal-Dijkstras signature. Okay, next in this Elgamal-Dijkstras signature, the process whatever we did, the same thing only. In this process, two functions create two signatures. So that is F1, F2 are creating the S1, S2. In verifying process, in other end, the output of the two functions are compared for the verification. Okay, the output of the two functions we are going to compare. Okay, we are going to compare. Okay, we are going to compare the two values and then we will perform the operation. Okay, next here, so that only once function is used both for signing and verifying, but the function uses different inputs. Same function F1 we are using for signing and verifying. Okay, but with the different inputs we are using. Okay, with the different inputs we are using, see here. So here the input is E1 R P and then here E1 M P. With the different inputs we are using. Okay, that is a part of the input to the function 2. Okay, when signing M is message is the input part to the F2 function and signing, and in the verification M is the input part to the function F1. Okay, so that one only. The message is a part of the input function to input to the function 2 when signing. It is means the message is part of the input to the function F1 when verifying. The calculation in function 1 and function 3 are done mod p. It is done p mod minus 1 in function 2. Okay, so here for F1 this 3 we are using mod p. For F2 p mod p minus 1 we are using. Okay, so then what are the problems in the Elgamal-Dijkstras signature? So the problem it is that p needs to be very large to guarantee that the discrete log problems in a intraceable in ZP. So we have to choose the largest prime number as a p value. Okay, so here it is recommendation is p is at least 1024 bits. So if you are taking 1024 bits, our signature size is going to increase. So that time it could make the signature as long as 1048 bits. Okay, so to reduce the size of the signature, okay, to reduce size, next scheme, that is a Schnorr Dijkstras signature scheme. In that what we are doing, Schnorr proposed a new scheme based on the Elgamal but with the reduced signature size. Okay, that one. Now we'll see the Schnorr Dijkstras signature scheme. Okay, this one just for using the extras only, that's all. Okay, so see here, this is a Schnorr Dijkstras signature scheme, and this signature scheme least public key is E1 comma E2 comma P comma Q. Previously E1 comma E2 comma P we used. So here P1 comma P2 comma P. But here in the Schnorr Dijkstras signature scheme, what we are using the combination, we are using the combination of E1, E2, P comma Q as a public key and private key as a D only. Okay, here also we have to generate the two signature, but here not as a values. Here we are taking that as a digest. Okay, so that S1 is a digest, that is the means output of the hashing function. Okay, so you see at the signing, okay, at the sender side, what we are doing, we are giving as an input to this one. Okay, what we are doing, message and then e1 power or mod p we are giving as an input to this function, and then after that whatever the output we will get now, so we are giving as an input to this digest function, sorry, hashing function. It will generate the digest. Now the signature is in the form of digest only, not the value. Okay, next, as to how we are doing means by calculating this, sorry, by applying the formula we are going to calculate the s2 value, and then message, these three. Okay, this these three we are sending to the other side, means the sender receiver side. At the receiver side, what we are doing for the verification algorithm. Okay, for the verification algorithm, what we are doing, so here s1, s2 and m we are giving as an input to this function. Okay, and then we will get one value, then we are giving that value as a input to the digest function. Okay, sorry, we are giving as an input to the hash function, then we will get one digest, so that is a v. Now what we are doing, we are comparing this digest with the previous digest, so that is the s1. Here s1 also digest, and then we also digest in the sense hash code. Okay, hash value. Now we are comparing these two values. If both are congruent, mesh is going to accept, not, mesh is going to reject. This is happening in the Schnorr digital signature scheme. Okay, just the combinations, the combination of the p is different, sorry, combination of the public key is different. Okay, that's all. Okay, in the signing process, two functions create two signature. Okay, in the signing process, two functions create two signings, two signature. Okay, next, in verifying process, the output of the function is compared to the first signature of the verification. Okay, first signature, that is done by the s1. So what here we are doing, this one we are comparing with the s1. The output of the function is compared to the first signature of the verification. Here what is the important thing is that the scheme uses two moduli, that is p comma q. Previously mod p minus 1, but here we are using mod p down for the f2 function mod q. Here mod p, two different moduli we are using. Okay, function 1 and 3 use p, and then function 2 uses q. Function 1 and function 1 and 3 using mod p, and then the function 2 is using moduli as a q. That is a digital signature scheme. Okay, so just whatever the thing, no, that's same only. At the verification side, how we are calculating the s1 s2 values means by using this formulas only. So this here r is a random secret, and then by applying this formula we are going to calculate s1. By applying the formula we are going to collect a s2 value. Okay, next, and then Alice sends this combination s1, s2 and m. These three things he is going to send to the receiver. Okay, at the verification side, Bob calculates v value. So how means by using this formula, and then if s1 is congruent to v, means s1 is a signature sent by the sender Alice. Okay, v, and then s1 is congruent to v modulo p, the message is accepted, otherwise the message is rejected. Okay, now we'll see the digital signature standard scheme. Okay, so this is the next, that is the last schema in the digital signature. Okay, so here this DSS was adopted by the NIST in 1994, National Institute of Standard and Technology. So it is, this DSS was adopted by the NIST in 1994. In this digital DSS, it is taking the ideas of Elgamal as well as the Schnorr. So like that they developed this scheme. So in this the keys is different. Okay, so we'll see the key generation. In this, Alice choose the primes. Okay, Alice choose the primes p. So that is a 512 to 1024 bits. The number of bits in p must be the multiple of 64. Okay, previously how we selected the p value, we selected the largest prime numbers, but in this it should be the 512 to 1024 bits, and it must be the multiple of 64 bit, multiple of 64 bit combinations only we have to take as a value of p, and choose q. Like how we have to choose means, here the q bits are 160 bits in such a way that q divides p minus 1, means p is q is less than p value. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to use this one. Okay, zp and zq combinations. Okay, next Alice creates even to the qth root of, so by using this formula he is going to calculate the even value, p power p0 power of this p minus 1 by q mod p. Like that we are going to calculate the even, and then Alice choose the primary key, private key, d always a private key only. Okay, and then calculates the e2 value. Okay, by using formula we are calculating even, by using this formula we are going to calculate e2 value. Okay, and then Alice public key is e1 e2 p comma q. So in schema, in like we have different schemas, the public key is going to vary, the private key is same. Okay, public keys combination is different in each schema. Okay, so in this we are using p1 e1 e2 p comma a. In previous Elgamal what we used, okay, e1 e2, okay, e1 e2 and then p, okay, e1 e2 p comma q. Okay, e1 e2 p comma q, same, but one thing is different here. There p and q are different values, that to largest prime number. Here we are strictly mentioning that q is always less than p only. Okay, so why here main thing is, here we have to reduce the size of the signature, so that's why we are taking values p and q values. So see, p value is q value is less than p only, so here the q is 160 bits and this is 1024 bits. Okay, and then the private key is d only. Okay, next this is a process, this is signing algorithm, verifying algorithm. Same for making the digital signature, we have to use the Alice private key only, private key only. So this is a private key, and then r is a random secret. Okay, next what we are doing, how we are generating the s1 s2 values, means by using this formula we are going to select the, even in a previous one we s1 is a digest. Okay, s1 is a digest of the hash function. Here it is not digest, it's a value only, that is e1 power r mod p and mod q. By using this formula, we are going to calculate the s1, and then by using this formula we are going to calculate the s2 value. Okay, so the formula is h. Here what we are doing, we are giving m as a input to the hash function, it will generate the digest, and then after that what we are doing, d s power e minus 1 and then mod q. So like that we are generating the s2 value. Okay, now this entire things we are sending from sender to receiver, s1 s2 m. Okay, after that what we are doing, this s1 value and then this v value we are calculating. Here for this function we are giving three inputs, so that is the s1 s2 m, and then we will get v value. Here we are comparing, we are verifying the congruence. If both are congruent to each other, message is going to accept. Okay, otherwise as a message is going to reject. Okay, this is in a DSS. Okay, now we are comparing DSS versus RSS. The computation of the DSS signature is faster than the computation of the RSS signatures when using a same P. When using the same P, if you are using the same P and DSS RSS, so the DSS is a faster. Okay, so this one. Now Elgamal versus with Elgamal. Digital signatures are small, DSS signatures are smaller than Elgamal signature, because I already told Q is a smaller than P. There we didn't mention any things, that both P and Q we have selected like largest prime numbers only. Here we clearly mentioned that it should be the Q should be less than the P. So P is 1024 bits and then the Q is 160 bits. Okay. Next. That's all. So these are the digital signature scheme in the Elgamal, Snowd and the DSS. So with this, the digital signature scheme is over. In the next video, we are going to discuss about the next thing. Okay. If you have any doubts, and make in the comment section. If you like, please like the video.